if there's anything that you can say to Salem when he's at the age where he's able to comprehend this, what would it be?
Oh my God.
I'm a good interviewer.
Don't allow the pressure of life and other people's opinions to affect not only what you hear from God, but just where peace is. Like, be at peace with yourself. Develop your own, what am I trying to say? Be your own self. And be glad in it. Like, there's a lot of people like, I'm comfortable in the skin I'm in, but you're not okay with who you are. Develop loving yourself so much when you look in the mirror, you're just satisfied within and without. And even when all hell breaks loose, still find a place where it's okay. It's okay to not. It's okay to not be okay sometimes. It's okay not to have the answer. It's okay to sometimes be confused, but know that you're exactly where you need to be. And life is going to happen, but you have God, and you have people around you.
And you got a grandpa shouting. All right. So, where are you at spiritually? Your teeth white as shouting.
Spiritually, I am in a peaceful place. I feel like me and God got like this connection. Of course, it's always room for growth. I feel like I'm in a space where I'm healing. Like, this has been a healing year for me. A lot of crying. I feel like God has been breaking down like my mindset when it comes to like how I grew up, things that I became attached to through trauma. And I feel like God has just been breaking me down. Like, I feel so humbled, spiritually humbled in this season. And I feel like I gotta stop calling things a season. This is something that you're supposed to learn throughout life. So I'm no longer in a healing season. I'm learning how to heal just throughout life. So yeah, that's where I'm at.
Let me ask you this. So I asked your husband earlier, the church you guys started off at, you're no longer there. How would you, if any difference in your relationship or your walk with God, has there been since your departure from the church? And this is no shade on the church.
Right.
I'm just more interested in your walk with God.
For me personally, I feel like when I was in the church, you have that accountability of like, okay, you know you're not supposed to be doing this. You know you're supposed to be doing this. Make sure you're doing your devotional. Make sure you're doing this. I think coming out of the church is now just you and your Father. It's you and God. Like, not having that accountability, I'm not saying it's like a good or a bad thing, but it creates a closer relationship with God depending on how you.
So I'm gonna say something I had said in the other videos. This is a special interview. This was my firstborn child. This is the child that taught me how to be a dad, and she's still teaching me how to be a dad, and she be checking me on stuff, and I can't just tell her anything. This is Dayana, aka what is it? You got a whole bunch of stuff up on there. Okay.
Doll by Day.
Okay.
Day Fitness.
Okay.
I think that's it.
Okay. So the pajamas is not fit.
The shirt is coming up.
The shirt is coming up. We is about to introduce baby Salem to the world.
Yes.
Tell us how you feel about your early stages in motherhood.
I feel great. Like, being able to raise a child and do things that I wasn't introduced to. Kind of similar to like what my husband's saying, like the emotional side of things. Being able, just soft parenting, you know what I'm saying? Like, actually talking to my child, not beating at my child, and just feeling like, because I'm the parent.
So ain't no whoopings going on with child?
If it don't, I feel like if you're, because Dad, you never with me.
Fact.
Effective communication is like you'll give me a look, it's like, you don't gotta. Yeah. So I feel like effective communication with your child builds a lot.
Yeah.
You don't have to necessarily put your hands. If you have to put your hands on your child, somewhere in between y'all not seeing eye to eye, it's a disconnect.
I promise you, that's been my theory. Even in a relationship.
You ain't never hit something either.
No, I didn't. But I can talk to her and make her cry.
Yeah.
But my whole thing, even like in a relationship with a man and a female,
yeah,
and with a child, especially with females, with a boy, I probably would just punch him on the strength,
Yeah.
like just to toughen him up. But
Yeah.
what I'm saying is like, if we're at some point in the conversation where I got to put my hands on you,
Yeah.
there's a disconnect. Because I got bright children and
Yeah.
I'm bright. So if we can't communicate on a certain level,
Yeah.
one of us got to regroup.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I'll be honest with you, a lot of times we as parents, we don't be understanding it. And so we do what our parents did. But in my mind, if I got to whoop you,
Yeah.
we still in slavery. But okay, so soft parenting.
Yes.
What is soft parenting?
Like I said, effective communication. If you have like a temper tantrum, how are you doing? Like, what's making you feel like that? Like, talking it through. You like, I was raised with like, boy, if you don't go sit your girl, if you don't go sit down, like, or you know how kids, but I'm stressed out. What you stressed out for? You don't pay no bills. And it's like kids have emotions; they feel away as well.
Right.
I think, again, it's all sometimes it's generational how we was raised. You just assume a child if they get fed and clothed, they should have nothing to worry about. But they have emotions too. So just being able to talk to my child, I want him to express himself as much as he wants to.
Gotcha.
If he want to spin around on his head at 50 times, I want him to be able to, that's his way of expressing himself.
Right.
Now, there's a time and a place where you sit down and, you know, I want him to have home training, but I want him to be able to express himself. I was raised in a home where, like, if he was too loud, it's like, sit down. And it's like, no, child, if he's screaming, he expressing himself.
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay.
And also, I want to leave out one more thing. My mom was an amazing parent. I don't want to just assume that because of what I didn't have, that this is also the correct way of parenting. So I've been praying to God, like, show me how to parent Salem. And then in the future, like, how I'm parenting Salem might not be the same way I'm parenting the next child because all kids are different. So show me how to parent this child and not just what I think is right. So, yeah.